Hello everyone. Let's start with the next lecture where we are going to cover our next example of PDA for strings with equal number of A's and B's, and A's and B's can appear in any combination in any order for the input string. Next we will be covering how we can construct PDAs corresponding to the regular language or regular expressions. Till now we have just constructed the DFAs for the given regular languages and expression, and how we can convert the regular languages to PDAs. That will be the topic of this session. So let's start with our first topic, that is PDA for strings with equal number of A's and B's, and A's and B's can appear in any combination. So for all such type of string, we can have A's and B's in any combination. Means, for example, here we have double A, double B, then we have A, again a B, or any combination of A's and B's can appear here, but number of A's and number of B's must be same. So this example is very much similar to the PDA for the strings with balanced string of parenthesis, means where we were having this type of parenthesis. Okay, so here as we were doing for this question, for the same combination, means if we are having opening parenthesis, then we were just performing the push operation for all the opening parenthesis and all the opening combination. We were covering all the combination for the push operation, and then for the pop operation we were having the closing parenthesis. When we have the closing parenthesis as input, the stack top must have the matching opening parenthesis. Okay, and when we have closing parenthesis, we were just replacing the matching opening parenthesis from the stack by the null symbol. So this is the approach that we will be following for this question as well, where if we have any symbol appear as an input string in the input string, and if that symbol is same as the stack top, means if we are having Z0 as a stack top, initial stack top, if we have first symbol as A or first symbol as B, then we simply need to push that symbol onto the stack. So for first symbol we have no other symbol to match with, so if the first symbol is A, stack top must be Z0, just replace it with A Z0, means we have pushed A onto the stack. Same way if the first symbol is B, okay, for any string if the first symbol is B, then we need to push the B onto the stack. So for that we will be having this transition, replace it with BZ0, and this will push B onto the stack if the B is a first symbol, right? Next, for all other symbols, like we were having any opening parenthesis, if we were having all the opening parenthesis, then we just need to push all the parentheses onto the stack. Same way here for this question, we just need to push all the matching symbol, means if we are having A and on the stack top, as we have considered this A and the next symbol is also A, means we cannot match the input A with the stack top, because we cannot cancel out any of the A's, because they are the same symbols. Okay, so for this question we will be following the approach that if we are having the same symbol as a stack top, then simply push the symbol onto the stack top, and if we are having a different symbol, means stack top is A and the input is B, then we can pop one symbol from the stack top, means we have cancelled out one combination of A's and B's. So this will reflect this, that we have cancelled out one B corresponding to A or one A corresponding to the B. So all the matching, once all the matchings are done, means we have, once if we have replaced all the matching A's and B's with the null, then we will be having Z0 as a stack top and null as a input string. Then we can show the acceptance. So if we are having the same symbols, as if the input is A here and the stack top is also A, then we just need to perform the push for the all the same operation, because we cannot ignore any input. We are just keeping track of all the inputs here. So for this second A, we have just performed the push operation and this A is pushed onto the stack, right? Now same way if we were having B as an input and the stack top is also B, then we just simply push the B's onto the stack. Okay, like we were having the case for the second A. So if we were having B here as a second symbol and also as a first symbol, then we will be following this transition, right? So we are just writing all the common possibilities, all the possibilities for this for any combination of the string. Next, the third symbol is B now. The third symbol is B now, and the stack top is A. So let me write this combination. The third symbol is B and the stack top is A. Now we have the chance to cancel out one A from the stack because we have the matching symbol, means we have encountered one A corresponding to one B. So here we can cancel out one symbol here. Look, we cannot keep track of all the stack symbols and all the remaining input symbols, but we can just check the present input symbol and the present stack top only. So we have to work according to these limitations only. We cannot look into other stack tops, other stack symbols and other input symbols. We have only access for the present input symbol and the present stack top. So once we have a B corresponding to A, simply cancel it out and we are performing a pop operation from the stack, replace it with null, and this is the corresponding transition. So if we have the B as an input and stack top is A, then replace it with null. So this will be the pop operation here. Same way, if the input was B, sorry, if the input was A, input symbol was A and the stack top is B, then also we will be performing a pop operation. Okay, if we have this combination, means as we were having for B and A, if we are having A and B, then we have to perform the same pop operation as we have performed for BA. Okay, so just we are taking other option also for the transition. Now for the second B also we are performing the pop operation and we have popped another A and replace it with the null. Now let me clear these symbols. Now next we have, next symbol is again A. Again we are having A, so simply push, as a stack top is Z0, so this transition will work again. So we have simply pushed another A onto the stack, and for the next B we can perform the pop operation and we can simply cancel out this A with a null. Okay, now so BA, so this transition has worked again. Now for next B, as we are having next symbol as B, for the B we have performed the push operation. Now we are having this transition to work because we have input as B and the stack top is Z0. So this transition will work for the next input symbol B. Now after the push operation we are having stack top as B now, and now the input is A. Now the input symbol, next input is A. So we are having this matching transition, means we are having input as A now, input is A now and the stack top is B, and just perform the null replacement. So here this B is replaced by a null and we have reached the end of the input now, and the stack top is Z0. So we can easily show the acceptance after the end of the string and the stack top is Z0. That means we have cancelled out, or we have replaced equal number of A's and B's onto the stack from the input string. Okay, so here is a clear transition diagram for the same PDA. Here we have the first two transition for the push operation of A's and B if the first symbol is A and if the first symbol is B. Second, these are the transition if we are having the same input combination, means input is A, also stack top is A, input is B, stack top is also B. Next we have the pop operation if we have the different symbol, means input is A, stack top is B, or input is B and the stack top is A, then we are performing the pop operation here. And in the last we are performing the acceptance, means the input is null and the stack top is Z0. So simply replace it with Z0 and move to the final state. Here we have A as a final state. Okay, so we can also show acceptance by empty store. So this is the acceptance by final state that we have just discussed. If we want to show the acceptance by empty store, then we have two options, means either we can make the move to the different state and replace z0 by null, or you can have the transition on the same initial state like this. Okay, both options are correct, and the second option will save one state. Okay, so here we can do any type of acceptance as given in the question, or if not mentioned in the question, you can go with any option here. Next we have PDAs for regular languages. Till now we have constructed only DFAs corresponding to the regular languages or type 3 languages. Okay, and now we have constructed PDAs corresponding to the type 2 languages, type 2 or context free languages. So we can say that as DFAs or type 3 is subset of type 2, so whatever is accepted by type 3 is also acceptable by the PDA, but reverse is not true, means DFA cannot accept the context free languages, but PDAs can accept regular languages or regular expressions. So here the similarity between the two is both are showing only the acceptance or rejection, means either the string will be accepted or rejected. Okay, so the purpose of both finite automata is same, only acceptance or rejection, both are not giving any output. So now as we have to construct PDA for the regular language, and if the DFA is possible for a given regular language or the given regular expression, that means we are not requiring any memory to show the acceptance or rejection for the regular languages. Okay, so regular language can show acceptance and rejection without using any memory, but PDAs are provided with a memory, that is stack. Okay, so PDAs are using stack, but DFAs are working without any memory and they can easily work for regular languages. So if DFA can show acceptance or rejection for regular language without using any memory, so PDA can also do the same purpose without using stack. So for all regular language, just construct the DFA first and then convert the DFA to equivalent PDAs format. Okay, and just keeping the same transitions, and we do not need to push anything onto the stack, and we do not need to pop anything from the stack, because as DFAs do not require memory and they can work for regular language, so PDA can also work with regular language without using the stack memory. So just replace Z0 or the initial stack symbol with the same symbol for every transition and the PDA is complete. Okay, so just make the DFA first and replace all the Z0 with Z0 only, and the only thing that you need to mention is the acceptance transition, means you just need to mention the final acceptance transition either by empty store or to the final state. So here we have two steps, as we do not require stack for any regular language, so construct DFA and convert it to PDA by replacing the Z0 with Z0 for every transition, and last just show the final acceptance. So final acceptance either by the empty store or by the final state. So all these we just need to mention these things, means just replace Z0 by Z0 for every transition from a state to another state. If we are having this transition for DFA, for PDA we are replacing Z0 with Z0 and rest of the transition are same as DFA, nothing is going to change. Okay, additionally you just need to mention the final acceptance either by final state or by the empty store. So just check some examples for the same. So here we have PDA, to construct the PDA for the strings of zeros and ones starting with 0 1 1. So this is the question and this is the equivalent DFA for the same. Here we have Q3 as a final state, but and Q0 as an initial state. So just converting this given DFA to equivalent PDA by replacing all Z0 with Z0 for every transition, and as here we are showing acceptance by empty store, so Q3 is not the final state now. Q3 is the simple non-final state now, and we are showing the acceptance by empty store. So we have just replaced the Z0 with a null, Z0 with a null, and the question is done, means we can show the acceptance by empty stack here by finally replacing the stack top with a null. For the second question here we have to construct PDA for the binary string divisible by 3. So for this the equivalent DFA is this for the with 3 states as Q0, Q1, Q2, and initial state is final state here. And for this question we are going to show the acceptance by final state. So for that purpose we need to mark one extra state for the final acceptance, okay, because we cannot show multiple transition for the final state. So here we are adding a new state, that is QF, for the final acceptance, and we are keeping the same Z0 and replacing it with the Z0 only, okay. Rest of the transitions are same. We have converted just Z0 to Z0 replacement with Z0, and all the transition are same as DFA, and we are having this PDA corresponding to the same regular language, regular expression, okay. So in the next lecture we will be having how we can construct PDA corresponding to the given context free grammar. By grammar we mean that we will be given with the production rule, and you have to construct the PDA directly from the given production rules, okay. We are not going to construct PDA for any language, just from the grammar production rule we have to transform grammar production rule to the PDA. So till then, bye and keep practicing.